So it seems like the gift that keeps on giving, Hasan, Diddy, Osama bin Laden, Adolf Epstein, baby oil, Piker. Another hit piece has been put out, not by a content creator, not by any streamer in general, but the New York Post put out their thoughts on Hasan Piker. And I would love to know what the mainstream media thinks of everybody's favorite terrorist supporter, Hamas, Diddy, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, baby oil, Piker. Let's see what's going on here. Twitch streamer Hasan Piker is pushing Gen Z boys to the extreme left with twisted views on Israel and 9/11. Not really a good thing to do as a streamer. Yes, when you have hundreds of thousands of live viewers that go in and out of your stream every single day, pushing pro-terrorist propaganda, probably not the best thing to do, to be completely honest. The moral panic about Andrew Tate and his influence on young men have been massive, but what about the leftist socialists and arguably anti-Semitic mega streamer influencing millions of predominantly young male followers? All right, let me get this right. Arguably anti-Semitic. Guys, out of curiosity, who has Hasan spent the past 4 years trying to destroy every single time he goes live? Ethan Klein. What is Ethan Klein? Oh, he's a Jew. Very, very, very unfortunate. Not to mention the multiple swastika paraphernalia he has in his house. Not gonna lie, a couple of dots are just dots, but eventually when you have enough dots, they make a fucking line. It's pointing towards something, and I wonder what that is. Hasan Piker, known to his 2.9 million Twitch followers as Hasan Abi, appears in the same bro demographic as a stereotypical right-leaning manosphere influencers, popping nicotine pouches, gaming on live stream, and hitting up the gym as well as gun ranges. But he sells a very different ideology. Now, I want to make this very clear. Hasan looks very cool, doesn't he? He looks like a very cool, very, very swell guy, right? Everybody thinks, oh man, he's got a MAGA body, which means that they are in shape for some fucking reason, right? Oh man, look at how strong he is. A fun fact, did you know that I outlift Hasan in everything? I've seen all of Hasan's lifts. I outlift him in everything. I've never used steroids, and I've only been training for a year and a half. Right? Like, nothing about this guy is impressive whatsoever. Any normal person in the gym understands what I'm saying. I mean, the guy has a fucking hair transplant, and he uses that fucking Manosphere in his scalp every fucking day because the guy's so fucking insecure because he understands beneath all of those steroids, beneath all of that hair, we all know Hasan looks like the master of disguised turtle. And we all fucking know it. You put this side by side to a photo of Hasan, and it's quite literally the exact same person. However, I believe the legitimacy and the authenticity of the Master of Disguised Turtle is infinitely more legitimate than, well, you know, Hasan's fake body that he puts on every day. It's like a muscle suit. The 33-year-old New Jersey-born streamer who recently showed up at an anti-ICE protest in Los Angeles in a bulletproof vest has self-described leftist, socialist, and anti-capitalist with a Gucci bag. Anti-capitalist with a $3.3 million mansion in Los Angeles. Anti-capitalist wearing Prada shoes. I know. He truly is a martyr, guys. Truly a beacon of hope. He is what everybody should be aiming to be like. I'm glad you put self-described leftist, socialist, anti-capitalist as the most delusional man on the platform. I'm sure that's what he thinks he is. Also, shout-outs to Twitch for not banning him while actively violating the law, blocking a highway, and then you ban Rakai when he is texting and driving. So we'll ban one guy for breaking the law, but we won't ban Hasan. Very fun. Let's keep going here. He holds enormous cultural sway with his Zoomers who flock to Twitch, a platform with more users in the 16 to 24-year-old demo than any other. Very true. He is truly indefatigable and in on Twitch for 7, 8, 9 hours a day, at least 6 days a week as of June 18th. Piker's only taken 2 days off since the month started and streamed more than 10 hours on June 8th. Oh, wow. He streamed more than 10 hours on June 8th. Wow, that's very cool. You want to know why? Because he sits there and puts no energy, no emotion into anything he does. He's about as compelling as a paper bag. It's like watching paint dry is what I described his stream as. But the paint drying is of himself sucking Osama bin Laden's dick. Yeah, that's pretty much how his streams would be described to anybody of sane rationality. Set up at his home monitor, the streamer flips through news, clips, and articles from AI Jazeera to Fox News, and occasionally he films himself gaming or giving dating advice. What are we doing here, bro? Yeah, let's review the bro tips arc. Yeah, let's see some of his bro tips.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is Bro Tip. This week's Bro Tip is about bringing out the alpha male in you. A few things to consider when you're thinking about Lady Gaga as a top contender for Babe of the Week should be the fact that she might have a penis. The fact that Lady Gaga might have a small penis does absolutely terrify me. Here's why the 5-second rule works.
Do you want to know why Hasan has to promote pro-terrorist propaganda? Because he's not good enough, he's not compelling enough to do anything fucking else.
When you start thinking for longer than 5 seconds, you're immediately not thinking with your dick and also thinking with this pesky thing up here that we like to call our brains. So once you start thinking with your brain, you're immediately going to psych yourself out. Come back again next week when we discuss the legendary question of all time, old enough to count, old enough to mount, question mark? I want to say thank you to Miley Cyrus for showing off her camel toe at the VMAs the other night. I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut. Don't even try to hide it. Look.
So let me get this right, Hasan. You watched Hannah Montana, a show about a 13-year-old girl, and the entire time you're watching this, you're thinking, man, I bet she's such a slut. You know what? I'm really not surprised you really enjoyed that Diddy party as much as you did.
This is a classic example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pick you up at a bar late night and bang you out.
And now he's talking about banging out little girl. Oh my God. Anyways, okay. Well, all right. Anyways, I wish I never saw that in my entire life. Set up in his home monitor, the streamer flips through news, clips, and articles. We've already read this. Piker's image is matched only by that of his fans, who flood the comments at breakneck speed. And they also come to my stream to say, leave my streamer alone. Leave my streamer alone. That's out of context. That's out of context. He's actually really handsome, and I love him very much. May Allah awaken President Xi and allow him to see the evil doing in Israel and the United States. One commenter said in a recent stream, another chimed in when Piker showed a clip from Fox News. And just world Fox News in entirety would be lined up with The Hague for lies and propaganda. Even after Piker logs off his hour-long video feed, the messages keep pouring in. In a recent live stream during Israel's conflict with Iran, he called Israel the giant baby nation with nuclear arms and said its existence is a great shame and a serious stain. Piker also suggested May 21st Capitol Jewish Museum shooting in D.C., which left 2 young Israeli embassy staffers dead, was a false flag operation. All these are true things that he said. Every single thing that you accuse shooter Elias Rodriguez did in the aftermath of shooting is so fucking crazy that it's like, you could have not designed a fucking incident like this, he said on his live stream. And the reason why he said this is because he doesn't give a fuck about people who have actually died, people who have been hurt. If something makes him look bad, he's just going to say that it simply did not happen. Major political figures on the left are clamoring to sit down with him. Pike got both AOC and Bernie Sanders on camera in an interview together in March, during which he gifted Rep. Ocasio-Cortez a booklet on pro-Palestine solidarity movement in Japan. In a recent interview with NYC Democratic Socialist mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani, the pair discussed government-run housing, consumer markets, free public transport, and criminal justice reform. I want a Austrian-style red Vienna. 65% of the entire city is peppered with government housing. That's what I want. Piker says they bonded over donuts. Oh, wow, so cute. Wow, look at that. 6-year-old kid is a lolcow, gets banned for acting bad, yet his son doesn't get banned for actually doing crime for really believing in his twisted morality. Funny how the jokester gets the hammer, but the real evil gets to keep going. Oh yeah, I know, man. Don't we love Twitch? Let's talk about the unheard minority, the marginalized people of wealth, POW. I feel like they're getting a hard bargain here, Piker joked. Meritocracy, obviously real. Elon Musk worked the smartest and the hardest. Why do you hate successful, wealthy people? This guy's such a fucking moron, bro. Okay, meanwhile, Piker drives a $200,000 Porsche Taycan and lives in a nearly $3 million, 3,800 square foot West Hollywood home. This guy isn't a capitalist or this guy isn't a socialist, okay? He's a cosplayer, that's what he is. He was launched into a popular contest via a strange and somewhat eroticized New York Times profile in April, the headline, "A Progressive Mind with a MAGA Body," which once again is saying that if you're a liberal, if you're a leftist, you look like a pussy. But if you have a well-developed body, then you're right-leaning, MAGA. So, thanks? Yeah. Thanks, man. Ooh, Will Neff's in this. I bet he's going to be so happy. I bet Will is going to be so happy that he's in a photo with Hasan, man. Mr. Piker's success on camera in some part has been added by the fact that he is, at conventional standards, a very handsome man, the profile font. He is 6'4" that's it. and built like a professional athlete with a square jaw, beard, and a head of thick dark hair that he bought only for $25,000. While parents would laugh off the drooling, they'd be remiss to dismiss Piker's influence on young men who seem as aspirational. He's a different kind of male role model than popular right-wing influencers, the sort who sells reporters at pro-pals and rallies that a strong man protects those who can't protect themselves, and those who fans search desperately for a workout routine to achieve his physique. Yeah, it's called steroids. It's called steroids. Hasan will not post his testosterone levels online. He will not. The amount of streamers who abuse steroids for this shit is fucking insane. I know at least 8 in the Austin area. In LA, it's even fucking worse. They just pump steroids. That's fucking it, guys. It's really that easy. There's a simplistic narrative that young men are moving right politically while young women are going to the left, which is very fucking true. The left is more emotion focused. The right is more logic focused. While this might be more true of Gen Z than prior generations, the fact of the matter is kids are liable to go down any number of online rabbit holes. And I know this as a Zoomer who grew up with YouTube and as a tween and young teen was led to the right, and I know the left at various times by algorithmic feedback loops. Piker socialism isn't exactly Gen Z. A 2022 Pew poll found more 18 to 29-year-olds had a positive view of socialism, 44%, than capitalism, 40%. And the 2024 YouGov survey found that 25% of the same age group had a positive view of communism. Wow. That's great. So here's the thing. When you're a kid, you should believe in communism because you're going to say, oh, well, if everybody just gets everything the same, then everything works out. And that's because you're naive and you don't understand that corruption exists. And you understand, well, yeah, that would be really cool if people would actually do it fairly, but people aren't going to do it fairly. And that is just the truth. Right? And that's a lot of the same thing with leftist policies. Or, oh, wow, that would be really nice if it wasn't rooted in mental illness and it didn't cause the youth to be in jeopardy. Which is why usually the older that you get, the more right-leaning that you become. It's easier today than ever for a kid who's learning about the world and attaching to online voices, whether Andrew Tate or Hasan Piker as portals to the outside world they're desperate to make sense of. While the major media has its panties in a bunch of influencers turning young men conservative, they're willing fawning off puff pieces of the radical left-wingers by pushing youth to the opposite extreme. We should be equally concerned about kids getting radicalized in any direction, and all play our part in modeling skepticism, absolutely. Critical thinking and media literacy for a generation going up in internet age, absolutely. Accepting anything at face value on the internet is going to lead you to a rabbit hole of essentially your perception of a reality will be rooted from a fantasy land rather than the truth. And you should be questioning everything that you consume and question everything that you believe without proper proof or sources. You should be careful on what you're consuming and accepting as. It's a great point. Anyways, great article. Hasan is now 620% fucked.